welcome back to our podcast.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining this new episode.
We're happy to see you. We're happy to have you guys back.
Yup. Hope you guys are good. How have you been, Gabby?
Well, I've been graceful. I've been good.
I say I've been grace or grace.
I've been good.
Yeah.
God has been good. I've been good.
How are you taking the new year? Because I don't think we've talked about that. Like,
bruh, this new year, I'm not going to be nice. Oh,
why?
I'm going to be wicked.
Lady, why? What's going on?
I mean, okay, let me put it this way. I'm going to be focused on myself. I'm going to channel my energy on people that deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, sorry, I don't even have the energy for you.
I love it.
What about you?
My year resolution. We are just saying New Year's resolution now. For me, honestly, I'm seconding that. At the same time, me too, I want to work more myself. Like, there's so many things I put on hold last year that I wanted to work on. I wasn't able to due to wedding planning and all that. But I feel like now life is getting back to normal. So I want to pick up a lot of things that I want to do this new year. And by God's grace, things will be coming out. Like this podcast now is out. Another thing will come out. Out. So yeah, I wanna do more of things like that I have on my list to check mark on this. And I want to travel more.
That's true. You like travel.
I love it. Actually, when I was growing up, I didn't used to love traveling. I used to hate traveling so much. But that was because we were always traveling by road in Nigeria. Yeah.
Bro, Nigerian road trip.
Yeah. It was, think about it retrospectively now. It was a good experience. Obviously not anymore because the roads are dangerous and all. But it was a good experience. I can categorically say that I've been to a lot of states because of driving past. I've been driving through them. It was a good time. It was a good experience. But I didn't enjoy it because I guess
it's road trip.
Yeah, being in the car for hours. Traffic. Yeah, and I wasn't always excited about the destination. I think that's what changed for me now.
You just wanted to leave the country?
I'm not gonna lie. That's what has changed for me now that has made me love traveling. Because now I'm always very excited about the like where I'm going. Like I can't wait to get there. I can't wait to have fun.
That's good.
So yeah, I want to travel more this year. And then push out some new activities.
That's good.
Yeah.
I also want to hopefully put more stuff
out there
in my business.
Yes, sir. Anyways, we haven't actually told our listeners.
That's true.
We haven't told our listeners about your brand. You guys, Gabriella is the CEO of Elanor, you guys.
Period.
Elanor beauty products, cosmetics, all those things. Yep. She's super into lip gloss, lipstick, lip lining. In fact, blush self now.
As in,
like this girl, she's an original Igbo woman. She's a Yoruba Igbo woman, but that Igbo trait shows.
He's trying.
Very business oriented. Yeah, I like that. I like that you want to push that more. That's cool. I do.
So
yeah. So if you haven't gotten any product from Elanor, go get it. Go get it. All right, so I'm glad we have those good things to do this new year. So hopefully the year turns out positive for us.
It will.
All right,
so what's the topic for today?
What are we going to be talking about?
So our topic for today is questions to ask while you're about to be in a relationship, marriage, whatever. The do's and don'ts and the red and green flag.
I like how you used to say red cloth. I mean, red yards.
The 6 that is long like this.
Yep. So yeah, we're going to be talking about the questions you need to ask before and while dating, and also marrying, and also red flags and green flags to look out for. That hopefully, we hope that those red flags you see it and actually
don't ignore.
Yes, take heed. Because the worst thing is for us to share, like for people to hear and not actually apply those things. Yep. So we hope that as you will hear now, we hope that you can apply it as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
all right. Number one
my
question. I actually made a list.
You did? Wow.
I made a list.
I did.
but you already telling me some things that I'm like.
I was actually.
Okay, so tell me some of the things.
So my number one, or not my number one question, but one question that I feel that a lot of couples need to ask themselves is, me and medical things, we
tests.
Let's go for tests. I want to know your blood type. I want to know your genotype, because you know that it was just recently that I got to find out that there's a particular set of blood type. If you guys get married, if the woman gets pregnant, she probably,
oh my gosh,
yeah.
You told me about that. I'm going to let you actually say it so that people can know that, because I know a lot of people don't know.
So you need to check if you and your partner have opposite blood type. Most times when a woman gets pregnant, she tends to have miscarriages until they find out that that's the problem. So the moment you get pregnant, you have to take a particular injection, because the body is seeing the baby as a parasite. Like, I need to take this
parasite out. Do you know what blood type?
Sadly.
So we need to find out.
I remember I thought we were going to bring somebody to actually talk about it.
Yeah, so we might have a sub part of this particular conversation, especially when it comes to medical compatibility. When I know some people will say this is only for marriage, but it's a lie, because it's dating that would lead to marriage. You don't want to be dating somebody and then you find out that they are not compatible with you medically, and then you have to break up with them. That's one of the saddest things. Or you endeavor and you go in, and then marriage becomes difficult,
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the biggest things that people overlook that we shouldn't. So I think you're very right. We're going to have to bring an expert to the show to come talk to us about those medical things.
Yep.
All right, so that's the thing. So you first of all ask, please go and do a test together.
Let's know what we are doing.
Do you think it would be a little strange? Like, let's say we just go on a first date.
Like I said, it's not the first question I'll actually ask the guy.
But those are things that when you're serious.
When we get serious, before I fall in love, that you know that there's not kind of fall in love that you just fall yakata.
I like that you said when you fall in love, because a lot of people already, I don't know, maybe this is because of desperation. No, for us, some people, you get with a guy and you already plan out your whole future with that person. Like, so yes, definitely is when you're getting serious with the person that you then say, okay, let's find out our compatibility.
What about you?
For me, I think my number one question would just be like, this is prior to even getting serious. From the moment you want to come into my life to date me, I want to know why. Like, why are you choosing me? Like, what is the thing that you are seeing? Your
intention.
Yeah. What is the thing that you are seeing in me? What is your plan?
You remember when you and your husband just started talking that myself and one of our friends came to the house and we're asking him, what are your intentions?
No, like, and that's, oh my gosh. And I think, Ella, no, I think we should never underplay that.
Really?
No, we should never underplay your friends interrogating your man. Your friends and your family. It's good. It's good because, like, even though I already knew answers to those things because we've obviously talked.
Conversation, yeah.
But just hearing him say to my friends, like, it's not like he's not hiding anything. I can say it to you boldly. But it makes me kind of feel
honest, though, after that conversation, I honestly liked him more.
That's, oh my gosh, you and, I'm going to say your name, Chidima. Chidi also. So Chidi is the kind of friend that all the guys I've ever dated in my life, she has hated them. I'm telling you.
That sounds like somebody
like hates, but like she just did not like approve of them like that. But the same thing that you guys did, she did it when she came over too, and she interrogated him. They had a whole conversation. And she said to me that after that conversation, she just fell in love with him.
Honestly, I felt like I don't think you would have been with any other person.
You always say that. Oh my
honestly,
gosh.
I always tell you that. Like, I feel like both of you, if you had been with another person,
it'd be strange.
It would not work.
But no, you're right. Like, it's good to be compatible with your partner. Like, and we should not underplay having
conversations,
a time where your family or your friends can talk to you as a person that is coming to come and carry your friend or come and carry your daughter. Like, what do you want to offer?
Yeah.
Why do you want to be with her? Like, what are your intentions? So that will be my number one question. Like, why me?
Why exactly? That's good. That's actually good. Well, to me, my next
what other questions would you ask?
Another question. I want to know your goals, your plans.
Yes.
Your future.
Yes, so,
my parents used to call me Obiangeli.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So meaning, I didn't come to this life to what?
To suffer. Yeah.
My father did not suffer me. So, sweetie, therefore, you will not suffer me. But even apart from that, though, apart from like, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm making my own money. You're making your, I don't need your money, you know, all of that fun stuff. But I still want to know you want to know that you're an ambitious person.
Yes.
I want to know that you're goal driven. I can't marry somebody that we're on the same level.
It has to be better.
You have to be better than me in all ramification.
Yes, I agree.
So that's another, I have to make sure that, okay, by the time I'm in this level, he's probably higher.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have to ask him. It's not even about like if you're making money or whatnot, but to be sure that you're very determined to,
like, you don't have to be rich right now. Yes. But like, I know that my future is secured with you.
It's secured with you, exactly.
Yeah,
I get your point. I told you that when myself and my husband were just talking after, like, when he told me what he was studying and everything, that I went to check how much he'd be making with stuff.
You know, some people actually, I've heard somebody say that that's you sizing him up. You married, like they'll say, but you are with him because you know that he's a doctor or he's going to be a doctor. We are on a date. You tell me that you're a medical student. You expect me to ignore it.
That means you're going to be a doctor.
Of course not. I'm already seeing our future.
Bro.
But is it not the same thing as what we said before, that so people, when they meet each other, they've already planned out their future?
So it's not about planning. It's not about planning my future. At that point, I don't see my future with you.
So would you do
it's more like,
okay, sorry to cut you off, but would you say that is you being biased, basically? Like,
it's not about being biased. It's more like I'm looking out for you, me, and our future. So in a sense that I'm not saying that because you're going to be a medical doctor, I'm going to marry you. For example, now there's a difference between what you're studying, because like what my husband is studying is not what he's working.
No, that's true. That's very true.
So it's not about what you're studying. It's about your drive to be successful. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm looking out for. Mm-hmm. It's about the fact that, are you determined to be poor or are you determined to be successful?
So people can be determined to be poor.
Yeah.
God forbid.
Yeah. Are you determined to be poor, or is your determination that I can never be broke?
Okay. I like that.
So that's the reason why I'm saying, like,
at what point would you have that conversation of,
honestly,
what are your goals? What are your ambitions?
Honestly, part of, because I want to know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know, should I run after this date or should I come back?
Yeah. For me, another important question I would ask as time goes on, obviously not on the first date, is childbearing. Like, I want to know, are you interested in having kids or not? Or if you are interested in having kids, how many children do you want to have? Because I've heard situations where a lot of people get in a marriage and they have that conversation of, I knew that she didn't want a kid, or I knew that he didn't want children, but you just thought it was going to change with time. And then he never did.
People need to stop making. You can never change anybody.
Yeah. And then he never did. So I would definitely need to ask that question as to, hey, are you interested in having kids in your future? Obviously not now, but like, and if you do, how many kids would you want to have? Because I might have planned out my life that I want 5 children, 3 children, 4 children, whatever. And you come and you're like, I want a whole football field player team.
In this generation.
And I'm like, from which body? You understand? Exactly. Which this is also part of it. Like, are you open to adoption if that's the case? And another part of childbearing is, what if, God forbid, we're unable to have children? What's going to be?
Are you ready to
adopt?
Adopt.
Are you ready to be with me without? That's true. IVF, do the medical ways.
Surrogacy, Yeah.
What are your takes on those things? Like, are you good with like us going through surrogacy? Are you good with us like adopting a child if we can't?
But not a lot of African men are not, though. They don't.
To be honest, if we're being honest on this episode, that is sadly the situation. A lot of African men would not even want their wife to go through, like, not their wife, they will not want their child to come through a surrogate. Not to talk of
surrogacy,
adoption.
They're even a little bit okay with surrogacy, because
I said a lot of them.
You see that adoption,
the adoption is not even on the table. Like, I feel like for you to find a man, an African man, a Nigerian man, don't let me expand because I don't know.
Nigerian man.
A Nigerian man that would be okay with, adoption, oh, it's okay, let's go adopt. I think it's very rare.
It is.
It's very rare. Would you adopt a child? Would your husband adopt a child? That's what we should ask.
Please, that's too personal information. Let's not talk about that now.
But your husband is a Nigerian man.
Yeah.
So do you think he would be open to the conversation of adoption?
So, like, for him, though, he's the kind of person that he's very logical. Mm-hmm. He's a logical thinker. And if you want him to or welcome something like that, you have to logically...
there's so much that... your husband and my husband are so much alike. You have
logically put it down on the table.
You have to done your research. Talk to me as if you are giving me a business proposal.
Exactly.
Legit.
So it's not like he's going to say no, right? But if you don't logically tell him the reasons and put it down on the table, just forget about it. He's gonna say no.
Yeah, I don't know, like, if I'm even up for, like, adopting a child, but I feel like I'm not close-minded to it as well. Like, I feel like if situation were to happen, I don't mind. But I think it will take me a long time to even accept that. Without situation, I don't think I would think about it. Yeah, I would rather do like an NGO that takes care of people, children that are in need. I think I would do that more than actually having to adopt a child.
Because I love kids.
I'm not close to it though.
I love kids a lot.
You do.
My dad used to say that my calling is to take care of
children. Yeah.
I love kids a lot. So adopting, but I'm very much open. Yeah. Like, I can see a baby that needs help. Kids are like, can we keep doing it?
I think I'm very genetic driven. I am very genetic. Like, I want to be able to look at my child and be like, you have my dad's nose, or you have my mom's nose. You have my sister's complexion. You have my traits. I don't know.
You know, it's people like sense. You that you will not give birth to a child. The child not gonna look like your four fathers that you never see.
It's okay as long as they can show me pictures. If they show me picture that is this great grandfather that it looks like, I'll say okay, at least it's in our family. So that's my issue, and that's why I always have like, this is not a conversation for adoption, so let's not get into it. Another question that I like to ask is to kind of relate to your like goals and ambition. Mine is, what is going to be our financial situation?
That was my question.
Really?
Do you believe in 50-50 in the
house? This is a question that everybody, in fact, this topic should be a topic on its own. This topic should be a topic on its own. Do you believe in 50-50 in your home? Financial issues. How do we want to handle it? Who is going to be in charge of our finances?
After having that actual conversation with my husband, that was part of the things that just hit the nail, like, boom.
Like, that you, like, this is, I'm sure this is the man I want to be with. That's amazing.
Like, check.
A lot of people don't talk about finances. And I think is another thing that they underplay. It is very important. It is very, very important to talk about.
And it has broken a lot of homes.
A lot of homes. Like,
actually,
when we're going through pre-counseling thing, they were talking about having, like, how do we want to do our accounts? Not even bills, but like, do we want to have a joint account? Do we want to have a separate account? And then the most important thing that they talked about that item was tithing. How do you want to tithe?
Do you want to tithe together?
Are you going to be tithing together or tithing separately? I think that switched on a light in my brain. Because I've always thought, we're just going to be tithing separately.
Yeah.
But they're like, because if you're having a uniformed account, the money comes in, and now you guys are tithing together as a household. Yeah. So
actually, like, never.
Yeah. So so those are questions that a lot of us don't ask.
Yeah.
Like, are we going to be sharing an account? But anyways.
But sharing an account though, I don't think,
spiritual aside, how would you be a joint account older family?
A joint account older family, and I am also a separate account. So like, we have,
I love that.
Our joint, we have an account together. that most of the time is this money that is inside. But, but we do
Use a
have
semi-joint account.
but we do have a joint account.
Yeah.
And at the same time,
You have your separate
I
account.
have my own separate account. He has, but we are very transparent
Mm-hmm.
about what is inside both of us, separate account. Like, I know how much is in his account. He knows how much is in mine. He knows the income of the money flow. I know the same thing. So his salary doesn't even go to his own separate account. It goes to the joint account.
Mm-hmm.
So like, we know where...
Like, there's transparency.
There's transparency, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a joint account and then people have our
own separate account. One thing you touched on is about transparency.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I really wish that it was like that from like when we were growing up, our parents, our grandparents. I know a lot of times men don't often open up and say, this is how much I have.
Yeah.
It's
That's
so
true.
sad.
Mhm.
But my husband is a total different opposite of that. This is how much, and he expects you to do the same. So, and it just helps. That's why I said to each their own. So everybody has their own structure.
Another of my question that I would ask is, what kind of a father do you want to be?
Parenting style. That was going to be another question. What is the parenting style?
Yeah.
Let's
know. Are you the good cop or I'm the bad cop?
Yes. Yes.
Because that's another...
our parenting skill have to match. So a lot of people, so I feel like a lot of people in the dating stage don't think about things like this because we're just dating. Mm-hmm. But I think dating for me, and I think we've explained it in one of our episodes, right? Like dating for me is not just, I'm just dating you. Like we're just, because when I'm invested in somebody to the point where, like Gabby said, when it's becoming serious, you're already thinking that what if eventually we end up marrying each other? Obviously, if you marry each other, you are going to have a child. We're going to have children with each other. So therefore, these questions,
want to, though.
Both of them or just one person?
Both of them.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to have kids, but let's just say if you want to
have kids,
have kids, like those life's milestone, you need to start having those conversations even from your dating stage. That's what I'm trying to say. So yes, parenting skill.
Yeah.
What is going to be your parenting style?
One thing that I know we agreed on: when mommy says no,
daddy has to say no too.
Daddy says no.
That was where I wanted you to get to.
Mommy says no. There's no maybe peradventure by we stand on the same
thing.
Solid rock. If is a no, is a no.
I think a lot of people, I keep saying a lot of people don't understand the gravity of that. When you are raising a child and because you think you love or you want to spoil the child, you automatically become the yes ma. Like everything they want, you say yes. No. And then the other parents is trying to maybe they have a different parenting style and they're trying to say no, but there are some things they should be able to do, all those things. And you keep saying yes when they say no. What happens is that it brings a rift. A rift. Yeah. It brings a rift between the father and the mom. And the child would then latch onto that floor. And they would milk you.
Bruh.
I like how we both east. They will milk that floor.
Like in my household, like my parents, for example, I'm a daddy's girl. If I tell my mom, mommy, I want to go so place, and my mommy says no, I just used to forget it.
Because you know that I don't like when I go my dad is saying no in front of my father. And that is the best way to have a united front in your household. So there are times that you might not necessarily agree, but you don't have to say it in front of them.
Exact. That was where I was going to. So even if I want him to do some certain things now, for example, the moment he goes to me, daddy says no. He comes to me, I say no.
Unfortunately, I would have loved for that, but no.
I might go to my husband and be like, oh babe, you know that this is behind his back.
And let mommy and daddy agree.
That will come back and say, okay, fine, I've thought about it. You can
go. You can do this.
I'm not the one that's going to be like, oh, I've spoken to that. No. Your dad is going to come and say, I've thought about it. You can go. Yeah.
I hope that parents out there, whether you're already parents or you are aspiring to be parents, can learn from this.
I hope so.
Because this is very important for your child's development.
Because the children of nowadays, they're different.
They're very smart. Let me just be honest with you guys. You think that
they don't know.
They don't know. They do know. When they see that there is a discord between the mom and the dad, they milk that opportunity. And that's what they will continue to use over you. But yeah, so that's just our 2 cents on that. Have compatible parenting style. Talk about it. Know what you can take and what you can't take. Know, like, play out scenarios. The best things are just say, what if? Like, play out scenarios and get to understand each other. Like, so this is how you think. Okay, well, this is how I think. And then logically talk about it and see if you guys can compromise on how you want your kids to grow up.
Another question that I will ask is, are you a Christian?
Oh, that is a I feel like that tops it.
Yeah, not church goer.
Are you a Christ lover?
Yes. Do you love God?
Yeah.
Because if you have a man that loves God,
trust me, he's going to love you. He's going to love everybody around you. He's going to love his family. He's going to respect you. He's going to respect everybody around him. Because to be honest, there's something they call unequally yoked.
Yeah.
Please, as much as we want to be unserious and playful about it, marriage is a very important commitment in your life that can break or make you.
Exactly.
So whenever you have the chance to nip things at the bud, like cut things from, the start, from becoming a wreck, just stop it.
Yep.
E.g., when you find out that the person you are with, they don't like to go to church.
You know what's funny?
Or they have a different religion.
I would rather you don't like to go to church. I know you have a different religion than for the church. There's the church goers, church brothers. What was the word they call them? Church brothers, right? I went to a Christian college. And if I tell you some of the things that them church brothers are doing.
Yeah, so I get your point. Like, you can't just be a church goer without loving Christ.
Yeah. I want to know that you love Christ.
Yeah, I get your point, Sha.
I want to know that.
Because you're right, because you can't love Christ and not go to church.
Yes. But
do you believe that?
I do believe that.
Because you hesitated a little bit.
The reason why I did is because, like I said, I used to be part of a church group. And if I tell you some of the things that even these young brothers are doing that are like top people in church,
do you think at that point, they love God?
I don't think they do. I don't think they have the fear of God in them.
So,
because if they do have the fear of God, there are some things that they were doing
that they would have never done.
Not be able to do.
So, my pastor will always say, I pray you people find the kind of woman that are like you in this same church. Because some people, they are very bad. They just come into the church because they want a good girl. So the good girl will now fall into the hands and then go and be facing wahala. So my pastor will say, may you find the bad sister too that came into the church to find the good brothers. So that people can match. And leave the good ones. Leave the good ones alone. Do you understand?
Bro.
Because it will be unfortunate if you just, came into church. You're probably let's say a smoker or something.
Oh my God.
And you just come to church because now I want to settle. I don't want to marry girls out on the streets. You come into church. JJ fine girl that is just following Christ. You go and dissuade her. So,
bro,
to be honest, you're right. There are some people that go to church that are not Christ lovers.
Yes. I have to know that
you're a Christ lover.
Love Christ, yeah.
Yeah.
I think another question for me would be, I will ask you questions relating to your mom so that I can know the kind of relationship you have with her.
Like, are you family oriented?
Yeah.
Because a lot of men and women, don't let me say men alone, a lot of women they're not family oriented. Yeah. They see, and part of the questions that you said you can ask are like, when last have you called home? When last have you been home? Some women and men, like, they'll be in the same state, but like they will never have, like, they don't go home regularly to check on. Because to me, it's not about just going home. It's like you're checking up on your family, you're bonding with them, you're you're catching up with what's going on in the house. Because I don't want a man now that I will marry and they will rather be outside working or enjoying themselves or whatever. I'm not putting this new family that you are growing, you're not putting them first to even come and say, let me come and check up on them or whatever. I want a man that you're outside, but you're thinking of home. You're thinking of like, I need to go back home.
Honestly.
So yeah, are you family oriented? And yes, that is part of how do you treat the people around you, especially your
mom. Yeah. So one thing that for me that also was a check mark for my husband was he's himself and his mom's relationship. It's so cute. I see the relationship like Christmas. He wants to go back to his family.
Like he has traditions, traditions that he does. Because you're very right. Because before you guys go and start a new family,
tradition, the one that you used to have,
e.g., birthdays. How do you celebrate birthdays? Do you take family birthdays as like important? Because if you doesn't, how will you now take your own birthday? In fact, if you now forget your anniversary, if you forget your birthday, why is it a surprise? You know, like he doesn't even remember his mom's birthday or his siblings' birthday. Do you get my point? Like, so if you're family oriented, those are the things you would know. Like, oh, my family, we celebrate birthdays this way. Oh, my family, we have a Christmas tradition. Oh, my family, we have a Thanksgiving tradition. Like things like that. So that I know that the way you have been brought up will reflect in our new family that we're building. So yeah, you're very right.
Yeah.
My other question that I'll ask is, how important is sex to you?
My dear, I was saving that one for the last. I was saving it for the last. I was saving that.
Because a lot of people don't pay attention to this. They're like, it's not about sex now.
So me personally, I don't think I would really like somebody who is not like crazy about me sexually.
Yes.
You have to like, I just don't see my leg alone. You have lost control, self-control.
Let me be
necessarily have,
let me be the bunny to your client.
You like, get it. Like, I want to know that if I lay down now, we're lying down sleeping, and I just turn my back and face
it's okay, too much information.
I'm just saying. But yeah, I have to know that I'm the switch.
Yeah. And another thing I want to talk about though, aside from being sexually attractive to each other,
I feel like,
how do you feel like what?
Just say it.
Is I want to know how like sexual you are. Like, are you a kind of person that you don't care if we make love on a regular? Or are you a person that you like to make love on a regular? Because you need to be able to match with each other. Like, are you somebody that I don't want to come home because I don't want my legs to hurt? Because before you come and kill me? Or are you somebody that I know that that's what you like?
On the fan.
You know, exactly. You need to talk about it. Like all these things.
Oh my goodness,
even if you don't experiment, because some people wait till after marriage.
Yeah.
But you need to know, like, talk about it, like
energy match,
like in the bedroom. It's not like, I'm okay with just one round in a year.
In a year, very long fear God now. 1 year.
Some people they don't care now. So you need to know so that you not go be you not go and be
that would be funny.
You're not gonna be looking outside like my husband or my wife, they only need it a year.
So let me go collect the rest of the year.
Exactly. You need to know.
But do you think, hey God, I'm pretty sure people come and kill. Let me hide my face.
Do you hope for you?
Do you think that since we're speaking on the sexual aspect, sex toys, do you think that is something that is a question you would throw out there?
This is part of it. I need to know your sexual desires, basically. Are you the kind of person that will say,
sex toys
care?
You mean?
You mean you want to be doing this?
Replace me?
Like, I need to know.
A lot of Nigerian men have that. You want to replace me?
A lot will not agree, but a lot might.
Yeah.
And if that's something that you like, you need to be able to say,
ask,
this is me, this is what I like. These are the things that if you're being honest with each other, you need to have those conversations so that you don't get in that little corner, that little bedroom, that little your romantic space, and you hate each other. You don't like, you're not satisfied with each other, and then you have to go and find it outside, because that's the worst.
Yeah.
There's one more that is very important that I think we should talk about. I need to ask, what is their love language?
Yes.
A lot. I always say lots.
Yes. Some Nigerian men don't know their love language.
They don't. Please.
They don't.
Learn your love language and your partner's love language.
Like, it's so funny because like the younger guys, they will actually learn their partner's love language. Try to do it. But the people that I pity is the women, because you don't know your husband's love language.
Yes.
They don't even know their love language.
Yes. So if it goes back to researching, learning, if you can learn your love language, to express it to your partner, vice versa, and work towards it. Another mistake people do, or people make, is that I learned that my love language is gifts and kiniko, words of affirmation. Let's say it's words of affirmation. And then I'm loving you by giving you words of affirmation. Forgetting that might not be
your love language. Yep.
So you learning your love language is for your partner, not for you.
Not for you, exactly.
It's not that, I learned that, I'm a physical touch person, let me be giving her physical touch. No. It's for your partner to know
that, let me physically touch this person.
You.
Yep.
So therefore, when they learn their own love language and they tell you, that's the only one you need to put in your head. Yep. To be honest. Don't put your own in your head. I mean, no, it's so that in case you need to tell somebody else. But like, don't prioritize theirs than yours, and let them prioritize yours than theirs, because I want to be loved the way I want to be loved, and you want to be loved the way you want to be loved. So that's the question I would like to ask. Like,
very true
to know. All right, let's talk about some red flags.
Speaking of red flags,
red flags, green flags to look out for.
Number one red flag that I know that a lot of people don't really want to talk about is if a guy is emotionless. Like, you don't feel that form of empathy, that form of sympathy. I'm sorry. I will jack now.
Would you say, we can only talk about the Nigerian men because those are the people that we know as much. So talking about Nigerian guys, would you say that could be because of how the society made them? So
there's a difference between a man who is solid, strong.
That's the word they always use.
There's a difference between a man who is strong than a man who I can come home and say, babe, I saw this lady today. She was really sorry. I was like, okay, what's my business?
I see. There's sensitive.
There's not that form of empathy towards like other people.
I feel like that happens more with men than women. Yeah, because women are naturally very empathetic, very nurturing, very compassionate. I thought where you were going with emotions were like being expressive of their emotions.
Oh, Nigerian men are not.
Yes, exactly my point.
So it's not a red flag, it's a general thing.
It's all of them. But that could be a deal breaker for somebody.
For somebody, yes, but it's different there's a difference between he's not and he's not ready to learn. Some men are ready to learn. They're ready to, and you will know when you start ready. You will know when you start having conversations with them who is ready to learn. Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're with somebody who cannot take correction, that's another problem.
This is very important.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have
There's nothing worse than having a man or any friendship, in any relationship, having somebody that you can't talk to. Like, I can't correct you. Like you're doing something and an outsider points it out or something. Let's say like an outsider says, I'm pointing this thing out to you. And I can't come to you and be like, listen, this is what I think you should do next time. It's not good this way. It's not good. And you can't listen to the person. Like, to me, it's like, what's the point of that relationship that you have?
Yep.
You're very right. So you have to, good one. Yeah. If they can't take correction, because it's not just men. If they can't take correction, it's a huge red flag.
Yeah, it is a red flag.
Because it's a thing of ego then as well.
I don't like egocentric men.
Yeah, it's a thing of ego. Because if you don't ever think you're wrong,
oh my God,
that is egocentric.
Like men that think they're the alpha and omega of their own.
Yep. that is egocentric. So that's a red flag for you to run.
Yeah.
Another red
Flee.
flag for me, simple and clear. If a man hits you,
No, we are saying heat. No, heat is going too far. If he yells at you,
push yourself. Oh yeah.
the moment you shout on my head, that's it though.
That's very
Because
true.
from shout, he will turn to push. From push,
Because
why?
from yelling, you can tell if he has anger issues.
issues.
Yeah. I like that point. So yes, I like that. So even if he yells, you can already tell if he has anger issues. Because to be honest, they exist here. Like men that respects you, they don't need to yell. They exist.
They do
They exist. Another one I would say is a huge red flag is when your partner is cutting you off from every other person in your life. That's a narcissistic trait, and you need to that one. You don't even need to run. You need to flee. Like you need to flee as fast as you can, because that is a very dangerous partner.
Yeah,
very, very dangerous partner. So when they are cutting you off from people, they don't want you to mingle with friends. They don't want you to mingle with family. It's because they want you to be for them and then control you. Yeah. Control every move, everything. And it starts taking your self-esteem from you. So yes. So Jackpa,
run.
If that were to be your situation.
Run, no.
Yes, so what's with that one?
Another red flag for me is how will I put it? I'm looking for the right
phrase.
The right English to
say it anyhow.
A couple will enter into a space in the group of people, and then all of a sudden, one person, let's say the husband, is making the wife very invisible.
Overshadowing?
No, something like that. Like not. I want to walk into a place with my husband.
Let's be a par.
You know what I mean? Some men their wife will become so small around them, and
what do you think? If you were to, obviously you just play the scenario. If you were to say some things that a not just a woman, a man too, a partner can feel immediately, that can kind of show that trait. Because genuinely, some people might come and be like, let's say if that's the first time, they might come and say, oh, I never meant to do that. I just am around my friends, so I get comfortable. And I want you to always be aware. Overshadow. Yeah.
You have to be aware of
what are some of the things.
24/7.
So that's the question. So your answer is
you have
awareness.
To be awareness. Because you have to not forget. I don't care what you're doing. Not forget that
I'm here. We came here together.
You came here together. Do you understand?
Yeah,
I don't want you to forget that. Oh, I'm with my friends. Okay, me too. I have friends. But when I'm with my friends, I let you know that forget these people. Now
it's me and you here.
Yeah. So if you can't put me in a situation whereby you let people know that, look, I don't care about you people. It's my wife.
I'm here with somebody. I'm not just here alone.
I'm not just here alone.
And which goes back to respect as well. Yeah. It goes back to respect as well. One thing though that my husband does a little of that is, and I'll tell you why, is because I'm a very outgoing person when I need to be.
You are very outgoing. There's no need for need to be. But continue.
When we get to places like that, he watches me and sees that, oh, I'm mingling. I'm meeting people or interacting with people. It's when I'm comfortable, of course. And he feels like, oh, she's good. And then he does his own thing.
But
he comes back to check upon me.
My husband does the exact same.
Yeah.
It's probably worse than you.
Yeah.
But even let me tell you a story. There was a day we were in church and he was handling the camera in church. And I was sitting at the extreme end. And I needed to communicate with him. I already sent him a text, but obviously he's with the camera. All I did was keep looking at him. He didn't take him.
He knew.
It didn't take him 2 minutes.
He knew.
He looked at me and I was like, and he checked his phone.
Do the eyes.
Legit.
I don't need to talk. I love it.
But the fact that I knew that in less than 2 minutes, my husband is going to look at me, gave me the confidence
That
to
is
look
a
at
good
him.
thing. Like that.
Yeah,
Imagine
so
that
like,
means he's always looking out for you.
Yeah, so
Like even when you are out and about, he's like always checking.
Where is she?
I love
wants
it.
to know where, like,
I
okay,
really
she's
love
good.
that.
Like, if even in gatherings, I don't know if you've noticed us together, he may not come to meet me, but sometimes if you see me do this, I'm talking to my husband.
That is amazing. That no, for real, on a more serious, that is an amazing trait. I love it. So I think I need to grab that and be like, please watch out for me anywhere you are. So one thing my husband does do is, instead of eyes, his own is ears. You can be here, is there. You would think he's not hearing. Wherever my voice is, he's hearing me and the people I'm talking to.
Yeah.
So, and how have I known that? Conversations that it was not there. We went. I was like, wait, what were you guys talking about? That you said this. How? How did you know that? So maybe that's his own way of looking out. But like his own is ears, not
I think for
eyes.
you though, I think for me too, I'm almost like that. Like if my husband is and I know he's a people's person and he's around, if I don't hear him,
you start getting worried.
I start like, okay, where is
that he? I think that's genuinely very amazing because for like anybody.
You're a people's person, so you're probably having conversations. He's probably having conversations. So in the moment I don't hear the voice, that's something. Maybe she's already like getting tired.
You're very right. That is actually, I really love that.
Yeah,
like the fact that in 2 minutes I know you're looking at me somewhere. I love it. So please, green flag, get a man or a woman that will look at you every 2 minutes. Or that will want to hear your voice everywhere. Get you a person like
just
that.
Get you somebody that is aware that you are around.
Awareness. I love it. I love the word awareness. Yeah, you're very right.
Aware that my better half is
here, and not to make you feel small, like you said. That's a good one. That's a good one.
If you notice these red flags,
oh yes,
please don't let desperation or whatever reason push you to continue that relationship.
Very true.
Even if it has gotten to the stage of marriage and then you're starting to notice, especially if you cannot deal with the red flag, carry your slippers, dust it like this, back out, and flee.
I think the best advice that they gave me is it's better to cry now than to cry later. The second advice is don't ever think that you can change a grown ass person. Whether be it a woman or be it a man. Don't ever think that marriage will change them.
And you know one thing Steve Harvey said that kind of like has stuck to me is a man or a woman will only try to be better for the person they love.
Really? That you wouldn't even need to require it. They just want you to be good. They want you to be happy. And that's when they actually try to be better. But for me, I don't even think anybody should settle for that. If you know that you're seeing these red flags that you're not able to, like you said, to condone.
Yeah.
If you're not able to condone it, I think
don't bother.
The sad mistake that we make is to think that there's no other person for me. My dear. That's why this conversation we had about soulmate or no soulmate, I was saying, I don't know because what if your soulmate today ends up doing something? Are you going to find another soulmate?
I don't think you.
What if not if it's not like they messed up? What if they like, God forbid, you've been with this person and then they die, and then you move on? You might find another.
You might find another person that you.
I mean, I'm just trying to say that that's even to the extreme of thinking that there's no other person out there for you, but there actually turned out to be another person.
Yeah.
So don't ever think that there is no other person that can be there for you or that can be for you.
Yeah.
And because of that, stay in a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
No.
Don't do that.
So it's better to cry now than cry later.
Yep.
All right. I feel like I have learned something that I didn't know that before and all that. And I think probably like there were things that we like, oh wow, I didn't know that. All this stuff
that
on this episode. Yes, that one too. Yes, on this episode. I feel like it was a great one.
Yeah.
You guys, if there are more red flags,
green
flags, we should look out for in men. If there are more things That you should ask your partner, whether before dating or while dating or before marrying or while being married.
It's while married.
Please drop it on the comment section, and we'll probably like have a part 2 if it's like needed. A lot more.
And also, if you have any topic that you want us to talk about, please leave it in the comment section.
Yes,
we definitely touch upon it.
Yes, any suggestions?
Yeah, just let us know.
We'll come up and
just about it.
Just about it. I love it. I absolutely love this episode. Honestly, I feel like it gingered me up. Like I was very happy.
Yeah. It did.
Thank you
on
all.
that.
I love it.
See you guys
on the next episode. Thank you so much. Bye.
Ciao.